Welcome to another episode, everyone. OG Honcho from Grape Street Watts Crip. Well, he brought the hub and the dub together. Compton and Watts, the hub and the dub, in 1987 and formed the group where they are all together. This is rare footage of them, all of the Compton Crips coming together. In 1987, forming the hub and the dub, OG Honcho is a mythical figure in Compton, Watts, and even South Central LA. Check this out.
Is it Compton Crip?
January 1987. What you might call a team photo. The team being the Compton Crips.
Bus off, cuz. Straight out chillin', nigga.
The game today. Organized for crime. According to the cops, this is a frightening event that has never happened before. More than 500 Compton Crips packed into the bleachers of a high school football stadium. Representatives from as many as 30 different Crip gangs called sets.
They got security guards on their way in the sweaters,
Many of these sets are enemies.
We waiting to get in somebody's ass.
But today they came to talk unity. Because this man, Wayne Day, known on the street as Honcho, called them here. Like a mafia godfather, Day calls on all these Crips to unite as one big, powerful gang.
So it's like this, cuz we all gonna stay together from now on. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if mother from West Side of LA, cuz if y'all seen Crip, period.
In this exclusive tape never seen before on TV, Wayne Day also tells the Crips how to properly execute a drive-by shooting.
Five go right. They come back to a mother, like, cuz, or we get our thing, we get it cool. Mother, everybody lay low. There's no sense that everybody going out at one time, you know what I'm saying?
And when Crips do go out to shoot someone, Day says, decoy the cops to another part of town by first dialing 911.
Tall, like concrete, hey, man down over here, way over here. But on the phone booth, he way over here, man down. Tossing over here, hitting like a mother, you know what I'm saying?
Sheriff's Deputy Rick Graves, who works the gang detail in Linwood, believes Wayne Day called this meeting to keep the streets cool for drug dealing.
Let's organize it to a point where they can do business on the streets a little more safely.
And get rich.
Get rich? It's all about the money, like they say.
Just get everybody, cuz all Compton Crip.
So who is Wayne Day? And why does this multitude of renegade Crips, out of respect for him, come to listen? This Crip gang member, whose identity we have concealed, explains it this way.
He was like one of the biggest guys out there, that you hear his name in Compton and LA. Everybody know Honcho, like a big hot shot, everybody admires him, A lot of people, they praise him like God.
Wayne Day, now 32, had a notorious reputation as a young gangbanger, and his reputation continued to build. Today, law enforcement officials and other gang members claim Day is rich and powerful. It started here on Grape Street, in the middle of Watts, where Wayne Day, as a kid, joined the Grape Street Crips. This is a neighborhood so steeped in gang life. The gang color of purple screams at you from everywhere. People wear it, display it at home. Even apartment buildings at the Jordan Downs housing project are painted purple. A parking lot wall threatens grape killers. Wayne Day embraced all it stood for. And Deputy Joe Holmes, who has spent a career studying gangs in South Central, says Wayne moved to the top.
As the years went on, he elevated from being involved in gang activity all the time to the point where he became more financially stable through his narcotic transactions or his dealings, and he had numerous contacts with law enforcement.
But like a mafia boss, Day always seems to escape jail time, even though his arrest record looks like a laundry list of criminal activity. Since 1980 alone, he has been picked up for being an ex-con with a gun, assault with a deadly weapon, rape, receiving stolen property, selling PCP, stealing cars, selling cocaine, and intimidating a witness. He escaped conviction on all the charges except the rape, for which he served 1 year in county jail. The police complain Wayne has a way of convincing people not to testify against him.
I bet he does have a way of convincing people not to testify against him. Okay, so the Grape charge, all bets are off. And in fact, that's the only charge that he was found guilty of and served time for, albeit only 1 year. But all of those other charges were dismissed. He beat them, found not guilty, whatever the case. He was not convicted of them, did not serve any time for them. Only the one charge did he serve time for. The most egregious crime on that record. So that's not good.
A Molotov cocktail exploded cars in front of this Pacoima house after the resident had filed a witness intimidation complaint against Wayne Day. The case was later dismissed. And when Wayne Day's younger brother Kenny was shot to death at this Union 76 station in Compton a year ago, this gang member, who later was convicted in connection with the murder, explains Wayne's cronies got to him before the police did.
I was at the gas station getting some gas in my car, and the dude pulled up in his car and put a gun on me and made me get in his car.
And then they tied him up and took him here to this boarded-up apartment at the Jordan Downs Project on Grape Street.
They said I knew the guy who had killed him. I'm like, I don't know him. They said, yes, you do, yes, you do. I couldn't argue with him. I got jumped on and stabbed in the head about 3 times. Then they had left.
He says the two henchmen never mentioned Wayne Day, but there is no doubt in his mind why he was fingered. Word on the street was Wayne Day was offering a $50,000 reward for the capture of his brother's killer.
They was like trying to do his business to letting him do it.
After Kenny Day's murder, all hell broke loose on the streets. Retaliation came big. Within a week, Grape Street Crips executed as many as 12 drive-by shootings. Deputy Sheriff Roland Garcia believes the carnage was carried out as respect for Wayne Day and family.
They didn't know at the time who was actually responsible for slaying Kenny Day. But nonetheless, they automatically assumed it was their traditional rivals, so they took it upon themselves to retaliate at them.
Standing here at the corner of Hooper and 93rd in the middle of blood gang.
And that's how it happens often in gang culture. Sometimes individuals come by, they do a drive-by, or let off shots one way or another, walk up in a ski mask, and you don't know who it is that did it, who it is that pulled the trigger, which gang it was that did the drive-by. Oftentimes, the gangs don't drive by, shoot, and then say what gang they are. Oh, this is such and such. Sometimes they do, but that's just to throw you off. They'll say, yeah, this is the Crips, but it's really the Bloods, vice versa. So oftentimes in gang culture, when a homeboy, if you will, a homie, a fellow member is deleted from gang culture, from an opposition, the gang doesn't know who it was. The gang has so many different enemies. The gang doesn't know which gang it was that came through and did the drive-by and did the killing. They just start assuming. And, just sometimes people take credit for it. Sometimes the other gang does not take credit for it. So the gang, who is the victim, if you will, does not know who the perpetrator is. And thus end up taking it out on everyone or on a lot of different gangs. They just say, just go, we don't know who did it. Just go get everybody. It was one of them. Go get them all in. And that's how it happens all the time.
In territory, 25-year-old Michael Bolton became one of the victims, a man in the wrong place at the wrong time. His mother still grieves and calls her son's murder senseless.
I don't see the point in, them going and doing these things because it's not getting anywhere with them except for just killing themselves up.
Mrs. Bolton buried her son at his small funeral. But police estimate about 1,000 people crowded in and around this Compton church to attend Kenny Day's burial ceremony. It had all the trappings of a gangland funeral. A police helicopter flew overhead to watch the crowd. Crips from all over the county showed up. The funeral procession strung out for blocks. Not everyone in it wanted to be seen. But the gang members came to show respect to Wayne Day and his family.
It was a huge funeral, huge funeral. You would imagine that this person was world famous in the response that he had gotten.
But here on Grape Street, Action News has had difficulty finding residents willing to go on camera to talk about Wayne Day. However, it is clear many here see him as some kind of hero, a super gang member who gives money to poor families and paid to clear this empty lot for a small neighborhood park. Wayne Day and his family refused repeated requests from Channel 2 to do interviews. But a stop to shoot this house on Grape Street, where investigators say Wayne often stays, drew a heated response from Wayne's father.
You open up a can of worms, you get yourself out of it. I don't give a I'll go to jail.
Donnie don't.
No, I don't give a damn. He put that bullshit on camera. I don't give a Daddy. Look, I worked all my goddamn life, worked hard and all this shit, and they come up with some bullshit. I'm tired of this shit. These people are crazy. They're nothing but racist. They do this goddamn shit every time a black person got something. You got to get it by dirt, hook, or crook.
Okay, I like Pops. Pops not going for it. There you have it. Big Honcho, Grape Street Watch Crip. As we can see, indeed, a mythical figure over there. They tore down the Jordan Down projects. I believe they tore down the last block, the last, places there in the Jordan Downs in March. So Grape Street is no longer, the projects are not there any longer. Of course, the gang is still around somewhere. I don't know, but I'm sure they'll keep it going somehow until we all can find a way to have peace amongst ourselves. But there you have it. Big Honcho brought them all together. The hub, which is Compton, Crip, and the dub, which is the Watch Crips. Hub and dub. You'll hear it often. The hub and the dub. There we get footage of them coming together on the day that they came together, January 1987. And Honcho giving them a speech on how to do a drive-by successfully and so forth. Gang culture is, it's over with now. It's all bad. It's not profitable for any of us. It's genocidal, and we need to get out. We need to stop it now. Back then, 1987, that was one thing. That was nearly 40 years ago. And it was bad back then. But at this juncture, we all know better. And so we all need to do better. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay safe and stay free, people.